Hi, I'm Maddie Chrisman, and I'm the creator and founder of Project Warrior. Oftentimes, when I'm talking about Project Warrior with people, I get so many questions and confused looks. Like, why age 17 is this so important to you? Why do you feel like this is needed for people to know about? How did this come to be? But, like, just the general idea of why. I could go on for hours with people on why I do this, or why Project Warrior came to be, or why it's so very important. But in reality, the answers to these questions are all the same. I do it for the little boy who was molested by his third grade football coach. And I do it for the teenage girl who was raped in the hallway because she told a boy no to a date. I do it for the girl that was drugged at a party and then gang raped and even videotaped and sent around the school. I do it for the boy that was raped by his girlfriend and then told by his best friends that boys can't be raped. I do it for the girl who was threatened with her family's life if she was to tell anybody. I do it for the boy that can no longer trust people because the one person who was supposed to protect him took advantage of him instead. I do it because at age 13 I was raped and felt like no one could understand what I was going through. I felt like no one cared, no one wanted to hear about it, and nobody definitely wanted to help me. I do it because I never want anyone to feel how I did. I do it because I never want anyone to feel like it's their fault that what happened to them did. I do it because I never want anyone to feel like they can't tell and understand that it's okay, that it's not your fault, and you are not a terrible person because this happened to you. I didn't tell anyone for 3 years following my attack. I let it control my life, my emotions, and my spirit suffered greatly from this. My grades slipped, I suffered from anxiety and flashbacks and still do sometimes, but that doesn't mean that my situation has taken over my life. I came up with the idea of Project Warrior while sitting in the front yard at a friend's house this summer, talking about my case and what do I do if nothing came out of it, because I knew in reality only 3 out of every 100 attackers will ever spend a day in jail. At that moment I decided if I could help one person feel left alone, if I could help one person tell their family, one person understand that it is not their fault, my pain would all be worth it in the end. I knew in that moment that I was going to make some good out of this terrible situation that had been thrown upon me. Project Warrior has not been an easy road. It's definitely been the most emotional thing I've ever had to face in my life. The remainder of my summer was filled with phone calls to many organizations, long nights full of statistics followed by nights full of tears. And I had put a presentation together to show an administrator member at my school. And the day of my meeting, I got there and I was really anxious to tell my story and to tell about Project Warrior. And I got to the title slide and she stopped me and looked at me and told me, "This isn't important. This doesn't happen here." Growing up in a small town, I didn't think it did either until it happened to me. I didn't have the heart to say anything to her at the time, as she dug into me more and more, telling me it was an inappropriate topic to talk to students about, and that the statistics I was sending her were only statistics from big crime-ridden cities. What she didn't understand was these statistics are my life. Coming home that day, my parents ended up calling district office and we pushed. And since then, I've been asked to come in and talk to a few classes in my high school and raise awareness of sexual assault within teens. The administration member at my high school was just one out of so many people who have reacted the same exact way to many victims of sexual assault. The idea that it doesn't happen in small towns, or the idea that it doesn't happen at all, it's just a taboo subject still. And when you come out and tell people that this happened to you, their viewpoint on you is forever changed, whether you would like it or not. I mean, I think that's what kept me from telling my parents for so long, was I was so worried that they would be disappointed in me. And they would be like, wow, my daughter's dirty. And it killed me. And for the longest time, I always thought, wow, this is my fault. This happened to me because I was careless. or this happened to me because I didn't have my guard up for 2 moments. But since I started Project Warrior and started talking about my attack and started talking about why exactly I do this, I've had many friends sit down and tell me their story, or even strangers sit down and talk to me about what happened to them and how sexual assault has affected their lives. I've had strangers break down in tears and ask me if they can just hug me and thank me for starting this. I've had people that encourage me to keep fighting because this is an important topic that needs to be known. At many colleges, when you start, you are sent to a sexual assault almost workshop so you can understand the dangers of it and where to talk to on campus if it happens to you. But the saddest thing is it happens before that age. Many girls and boys are attacked before the age of 18, and 75% of the attackers are people that the attacked know. And that's why I feel like it's very important for this to be taught in high schools. And I can remember following my attack for the 3 years I didn't tell anybody. I walked through my hallways and felt like nobody knew what I was going through. Nobody would ever understand. Nobody would ever accept me again. Everybody thought I was weird. Everybody, I could feel the judgment, even though I had never told anybody. And those years were the hardest years of my life because I kept this huge thing bottled up. And Project Warrior has helped me come to terms with the fact that it is not my fault. That it is no way my fault. But something good can come out of the situation that I was handed. If you have any questions about Project Warrior, feel free to get in contact with me. I'd love to answer anything you have to ask. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video and understand why this project means so much to me.